Hey everyone, ready to dive into prepping for an optoelectronic engineer interview?
We're going to use some awesome resources from RoleCatcher for this.
Yeah, it's a platform that's like a guide for navigating your career
That's right. And specifically, we're looking at landing that dream job.
in the world of optoelectronics, designing and building all kinds of cool tech.
Stuff like UV
There are
sensors and
diodes.
the LEDs that light up our world.
Interviews can be a little scary though,
Definitely.
but this deep dive should give you an edge
We'll tackle some common questions.
and give you strategies to really impress.
But first, let's talk about RoleCatcher and their AI.
It's a total game changer for interview prep.
Yeah, it can analyze job descriptions,
Figure out what skills they're looking for.
and then it helps you tailor your answers.
So it's like having a personal coach.
But just for interviews
And you can even practice your answers on video.
with AI analysis.
But like a mock interview, but with a robot.
Exactly. All right, let's dive into some sample questions.
Okay, sounds good.
First up, describe your experience with optoelectronic devices.
Okay, so with this one, it's all about showing what you know and your passion.
Don't just list off coursework, though.
Yeah, you have to bring it to life.
Talk about projects where you use those concepts.
The types of devices you've worked with.
What excited you about them?
Like, were you amazed by the precision of a UV sensor?
Or how bright an LED is? Let your excitement show.
All right, next question. How do you troubleshoot optoelectronic devices when they malfunction?
This is where you show off how you solve problems.
So every malfunction is a puzzle.
Right, think about how you'd identify the problem.
Then gather info.
Use diagnostic tools.
And then find the solution.
Do you have a method for finding faults? Share it.
So it's not about never messing up, but how you fix it.
And be ready for a curveball question.
Like, can you remember a time a device malfunctioned unexpectedly? How did you handle it?
Now you got to think outside the box.
Did you have to improvise?
Or brainstorm ideas with other people. Show them you can adapt.
Great advice. Okay, next one. How do you stay up to date with the latest advancements in optoelectronics technology?
This field is constantly evolving, so how do you keep learning?
Okay, so talk about professional organizations you're a part of,
Conferences you've been to,
research papers that you've read,
or even online forums with other optoelectronics people.
any publications you like. Mention them.
Don't just say you stay updated. Show them how you do it.
Be prepared for a follow-up. Like, can you give a recent example of a development in optoelectronics that you've used?
Highlight something new that grabbed your attention and how you applied it.
All right, now for a chance to shine. Describe a complex optoelectronic design project you have worked on.
Pick a project that was challenging and walk them through it.
The goals,
The problems you hit
the solutions,
were durable.
and the results you got.
Did you have to overcome a big technical hurdle?
Or lead a team through a tough design phase.
Share your achievements. Don't be shy.
Show them your skills
How you collaborate.
and your problem solving.
Be ready for them to ask, what was the biggest challenge in this project and how did you overcome it?
Now you can go into detail about solving the problem.
What skills did you use?
Did you think differently?
Did you ask mentors or colleagues for help?
Show that you like challenges and see them as chances to grow.
Okay, let's talk software skills. What software tools do you use for optoelectronic design and simulation?
Be honest and specific about what you know.
Don't just list off software.
Talk about the tools you really know.
Give examples of how you use them in projects.
They might ask, can you describe a situation where your expertise in software tool was really important to a project?
This is where you show you really know a tool.
How you used it led to success,
Maybe you used a certain feature to fix a tricky problem.
or optimized a design with a specific simulation.
Show them you can use the tools to get results.
Speaking of results, how do you ensure the reliability and quality of optoelectronic devices?
Now you got to show you understand quality control in optoelectronics.
Okay, so talk about things like environmental testing
Accelerated aging.
and failure analysis.
How do those help you design and manufacture better?
Show them you care about building devices that last.
They could follow up with, can you talk about a specific quality control measure you've used and how it impacted a project?
Pick a method you've used,
Explain why you chose it
the steps involved.
and how it made the project better.
Show them you're thinking ahead about quality.
All right, last question for this section. How do you approach designing optoelectronic devices for specific applications?
This one seems like you need some creativity.
This is about adapting your designs to fit different applications.
So talk about your design process.
How you tailor it to certain requirements.
Do you use simulation and modeling to optimize?
Do you have experience customizing devices for different customers or industries? Share that.
Show them that you can think critically and adapt your skills.
Be ready for a question like, can you walk me through a project where you designed a device for a really tough application?
Pick a project that pushed you and needed creative solutions.
What challenges did you face?
How did you tailor your design?
And what were the results?
Did you have to come up with a totally new solution?
Did you work with experts from other areas to make something unique? Let your passion shine through. We'll continue after a quick break.
All right, welcome back. Before we get back to the questions, let's take a look at some career insights from RoleCatcher's guide.
Okay, sounds good. What do they have to say?
They really emphasize hands-on experience.
Even early on.
Even early on, they say to look for internships or co-op positions.
Makes sense. That's a great way to get experience.
You can apply what you know.
And build your network.
Plus, it shows employers that you're proactive.
And eager to learn.
You have practical skills.
And sometimes it can even lead to a full-time job offer.
That's right. What else? What else is in the guide?
Research projects.
Oh, yeah, those are important.
And getting involved with student organizations.
Those can really deepen your understanding.
You can collaborate.
Build your skills.
And maybe even get published.
So be proactive and find those experiences that make you stand out.
Okay, back to the interview questions.
We did some technical ones.
Now let's look at the behavioral ones.
The ones like, tell me about a time you faced a challenge and how you overcame it.
Those can be tough.
Any advice?
Use the STAR method.
What's that?
Situation,
Okay.
task
Right.
action,
Yeah.
and result.
So you're setting the scene,
Explaining what you had to do.
what you did,
And the results.
clear, concise, and impactful.
And pick a story that shows the skills they want for the job.
That makes sense. Now, what about confidence?
Ah, yes. How to project it, even when you're nervous.
It can make or break an interview.
Confidence is about believing in yourself and what you can do.
But even if you're nervous, are there things you can do to look confident?
Definitely focus on your body language.
Like what?
Sit up straight,
Okay,
eye contact,
got it.
and smile.
Those all make a difference.
How you present yourself is important.
What about your voice?
Speak clearly and with enthusiasm.
Let that passion for optoelectronics out.
It's okay to pause before you answer, too.
Don't rush your answer.
Take your time and be thoughtful.
Now, what about career advancement in optoelectronics?
Lots of options.
Like what?
You can go into management and leadership,
Okay, so guide other engineers.
oversee big projects.
There's definitely room to grow there.
You can also specialize.
Oh, yeah. This field is always expanding.
So you could focus on LED design,
Starter diode development.
fiber optic communications,
Find your niche.
become an expert.
And continuous learning is key too, right?
Definitely advanced degrees,
Conferences
staying current on research,
opens up new opportunities.
invest in yourself, and keep learning.
Now, how is optoelectronics impacting different industries?
Oh, it has far-reaching applications.
Give me some examples.
Healthcare.
Okay, how? So,
Optoelectronics is huge in medical imaging.
okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Diagnostics and treatment.
Like laser surgery,
Endoscopic procedures.
imaging techniques using light.
Exactly. It's improving healthcare and saving lives.
That's amazing. What about communications?
Fiber optic communication systems.
Those use light too.
They transmit data super fast.
The internet relies on that.
It connects the world.
Wow. And what about defense?
Night vision systems.
Oh, wow.
Laser rangefinders.
Makes sense.
Missile guidance systems.
Mhm.
And satellite communications.
Optoelectronics is really important for a lot of things.
And those are just a few examples. There are a ton more.
New ones popping up all the time as technology changes.
Now, what about trends for the future of optoelectronics?
Okay, what's coming up?
New materials for devices.
Like what?
Scientists are looking at organic materials,
Okay.
like polymers, to make flexible and lightweight devices,
That's cool. We could have bendable displays,
wearable sensors.
even implants that work with the body.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Integrated optoelectronic circuits.
What are those?
They combine optical and electronic parts on one chip.
So things are getting smaller.
Faster and more efficient.
Technology is moving so fast now. What about RoleCatcher's AI?
Ah, yes. How can it help with interview prep?
For an optoelectronic engineer specifically.
It looks at tons of job descriptions and interview questions.
For this exact role.
Yep. And it sees what skills, experience, and keywords they want.
So it can give feedback on my resume
Cover letter.
and even my answers.
That's right. It's like knowing what the hiring manager is thinking.
So I can focus on the right parts of my experience.
And make my answers fit the company and the job.
How does it give feedback on answers?
You can practice with videos,
And the AI watches.
It analyzes how clear you are,
Okay,
how concise,
got it.
if you use the right keywords.
Wow.
It even gives tips on your body language and tone of voice.
So I can be more confident.
Exactly.
It's like having a coach right there with you.
It gives you the tools to be prepared and feel confident.
That's great. So RoleCatcher's AI can really help people in optoelectronics.
Definitely. But even with all this technology, human connection is still important.
I agree. What do you mean?
Building relationships with people in the field helps your career.
Networking is important.
Attending events.
Asking for advice.
All of that can lead to new opportunities.
So build a strong network.
Nurture those relationships.
Ask questions and find mentors.
Learn from the people who've been there.
Good advice. We've covered a lot in this deep dive into optoelectronics.
From the interview to the impact it's having.
But before we wrap up, let's look at the future of optoelectronics.
What breakthroughs could change everything?
Okay, what's on the horizon?
Quantum optoelectronics.
Whoa, what's that?
It uses quantum mechanics to make devices with crazy capabilities.
That sounds futuristic. What can we do with
The
it?
super secure communications.
Like unhackable.
Pretty much.
That's wild. What else?
Sensors that can detect really faint signals.
So better medical diagnostics.
Environmental monitoring.
Even space exploration
Exactly.
is pushing the limits of what's possible.
And we could have super fast computers.
That can solve problems we can't even imagine right now.
It's mind-blowing.
Quantum optoelectronics could change everything.
From healthcare to energy, it's a field with so much potential.
It sounds like an amazing time to be in optoelectronics. Welcome back to our deep dive. It's time to wrap things up.
Let's recap some key takeaways for anyone getting ready for an interview.
Sounds good.
Remember, this field is exploding right now. There's a ton of opportunity.
Yeah, especially for skilled optoelectronic engineers.
And that demand is only going to keep growing as technology does.
Right. So how do you stand out in a competitive market like that?
Well, you have to show off your technical skills, of course.
But it's more than that, right?
Absolutely. It's also about your passion.
Your problem-solving skills.
And your commitment to staying on top of things.
You have to show them you want to learn and grow.
Exactly. And don't forget about hands-on experience.
Yeah, internships, research projects, student organizations.
Those can really make a difference.
They show you can actually use your knowledge.
Now, for the interview, prep is key.
RoleCatcher's AI can be a huge help there.
It can help you tailor your resume and cover letter.
And highlight the skills employers are looking for.
Plus, their AI interview practice can give you feedback and boost your confidence.
It's like having a personal coach in your pocket.
But even with all the tech, don't forget to let your personality shine through.
Yeah, be yourself.
Show your enthusiasm for this field.
Your willingness to learn.
And that you can work well with others.
And don't forget to ask questions.
It shows you're engaged and curious.
So for our listeners out there who are becoming optoelectronic engineers, what's one piece of advice you want them to remember?
Embrace the challenge.
Yeah.
This is a tough field, but it's so rewarding.
It really is. You get to work with cutting-edge technology.
Solve complex problems.
And create innovations that are shaping the future.
It's amazing.
And remember, resources like RoleCatcher are there to help you along the way.
It can really make a difference.
So go out there, embrace those challenges, and let your passion for light and technology lead you to success.
You got.
And that's a wrap on our deep dive into the world of optoelectronic engineering. Thanks for joining us. We hope you found it helpful and inspiring. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible with light and technology.